Welcome to this tutorial on setting up a self-check-in kiosk in EventShare. I'll guide you through configuring the kiosk and setting up kiosk mode in Google Chrome, which will lead to a seamless attendee registration experience at the event. The self-check-in kiosk offers an easy and quick way for you to manage your on-site registration. The attendees simply type in their name or show their unique QR code to check themselves into an event and to print their name badge. The process works especially well if you have emailed the attendees instructions beforehand. The kiosks can be set up to withhold badge printing until any outstanding payments have been made and can be restricted to certain registration types. EasyTag offer desktop kiosks, which are 100% EventShare compatible. There are many optional settings within the kiosk, and we will cover the essential ones in this video. To begin, navigate to the online page of the EventShare platform and locate the App Store panel. Click on the New button and then scroll to the bottom of the list to find the app called Self-Check-in Kiosk. Click on the Add App button to start the setup process. Configure the general settings for the app. I will set the name to Kiosk and set the alias as Demo Kiosk. You can enter any name for these two items. Select a brand from the drop list and then click on Install. The Details panel of the app setup is now displayed. The Details panel is very similar for all apps in EventShare and has few fields to fill in. Enter the date on which the app should be visible online and then the date which it should close. As I want to test the app, I will select today as my start date. I will set the close date to be the same as the date my event finishes. At the bottom of the panel, there are some fields that allow me to add some basic messages that will appear when the app is not active. These can be left blank, however. I will add a note that will appear when the event has finished. I set the heading to App Now Closed. And the message will be, This event has now finished. Next, I'll guide you through all the settings and customization options available for the self-scan kiosk. To start, click on the Content tab in the top right corner and then click on Kiosk Setup. First, let's configure the instructions page. This is where you can set up a heading and a custom message to guide attendees through the check-in process. There is a default message, but it is recommended to personalize it to match your event's needs. I will change the heading to read simply, Self-Reg Kiosk, and then click on the Open HTML Editor button to view and edit the instructions. Amend the text so that the instructions suit your kiosk setup. For example, if your kiosk allows email searches, edit the instructions to include this. I will amend the message to suit my event. You can customize the welcome heading. This is the first message attendees see when they approach the kiosk, so make it warm and inviting. I will leave this as welcome. There is an option to enable name search and email search. By checking these options, attendees can enter their name or email address to locate their registration record quickly. I will allow attendees to search by either name or email. If multiple attendees share similar names, you can help them by displaying an additional identifier. Choose from options like email, address, postal code, or phone number. You can also mask the email or phone number for privacy. To speed up check-in, you can enable barcode or QR code scanning. This allows attendees to check in using a confirmation email barcode. If you expect group check-ins, enabling the group check-in option will allow one attendee to check in multiple group members at once. This is not required for my event. For a seamless experience, you can enable the option to bypass the print screen if all check-in elements are verified. This will send the badge directly to the printer without additional confirmation. If you allow walk-in registrations, enable the new registration option. You can designate an interactive registration site and set up a password requirement for added security. I will not allow walk-in registrations at my event, so I will leave the Enable New Registrations option unchecked. For a fast, efficient process, enable Instant Scan and Print mode. This keeps the scanner active, automatically printing a badge upon scanning a barcode. However, keep in mind that this mode removes the name search and new registration functionality from the kiosk. If you select this option, you can add a message that will display on screen once the barcode has been scanned. An example would be, "Please wait while your name badge is being printed." The time that this message remains on screen can also be set using the Instant Scan Message Pause setting. Kiosks can be set up so that some registration types cannot be printed. For my event, I want to prevent speakers from being checked in at a kiosk. I will check the speaker box and then add a "Not allowed to check in" message, which states, "All speaker name badges have been pre-printed and can be collected from the organizer's office." For added security, enable the Require Password option. You can set up a unique password for new registrations and check-ins. Additionally, you can prevent unpaid attendees from checking in by checking the setting, "Do not allow unpaid attendee to check in." If attendees are allowed to reprint their badge, enable the Name Badge Reprint option. However, if reprints are not allowed, leave the option unchecked and attendees attempting to do so will see a message stating that badge reprints are restricted. The messages that provide further instructions for attendees can be customized. These include messages for unpaid attendees, records not found, and badge reprint restrictions. If you wish to edit any of the messages, click on the corresponding Open HTML Editor button. For a kiosk to print a badge, a layout must be specified. This is easily done by selecting a layout from the drop-down list. I will be using the layout called Demo Badge. The parameters for the kiosk have now been set. Click on the Save button. Now let's have a look at the kiosk we have just created. Reopen the app. In the Details panel, you will notice a Copy URL button. You may want to copy this URL, as this is what you will need to open on each of the kiosks when setting up on site. Click on the URL just above the QR code. This will open the kiosk in a new tab. The header and the color scheme is governed by the brand that was selected during the setup process. The heading and the instructions that were entered appear just under the banner. And as both the name search and the barcode scanning options were enabled, we have two action buttons. Clicking on Search allows you to enter a name or email address to find a record. Once the name has been entered, click on the Search button. If there is no matching record, the Record Not Found message is displayed. If matches are found, they will be listed at the foot of the page. Scroll through the list to find the required record and then click on Print. You can return to the home screen at any time by clicking on Start again. If the Scan Barcode button is clicked, a text box opens, and when the barcode is scanned, the code will appear in the box. The badge printing process will be initiated automatically. If you are having trouble with setting up your own self-registration kiosk or would like further information, please do not hesitate to contact the EasyTag support team via our dedicated email address, support@easytag.com.au.